a dusty road. It's a motorcycle rider.
Hello and welcome everyone, this is Uncle Longbeard speaking. In this video I'm in Birmingham UK on Motorcycle Live SHOW in 2024 and I'm going to show you how it was. That is the first video just with the shortcuts, but later on I will make some special videos with special motorcycles, if there were any. So let's just begin with Indian. Well, there is a new version of Scout with supposedly improved engine. For sure it's got more horsepower, so that's improvement. But other than that, typical stuff. Cruisers, cruisers, cruisers. Well, and some other quirky bikes, which actually could be really nice, but they are not. But cruisers are pretty cool. If you like them, of course. I would personally prefer something a bit lighter, so let's go to another stall. And that in my case was the BSA. The revived one, meaning basically Mahindra. But not that Indian is any better, because it's Polaris at the end of the day. So, never mind who owns it, the question is, what bikes are they making? And here we could obviously see some older BSA Gold Star, and by saying older I mean 2 years old. Are they 2 years old? I think they are. As you already know, those bikes, it's actually pointless right now to talk about them. But what new they have? And yeah, they've got something new. They called it B65 Scrambler. Based on the same frame, I think, and for sure the same engine, they gave it few mods and it looks like that. But anyway, I will talk about that motorcycle in a separate video, so let's skip to another stand. As on that one, that was it. Just the older bikes and nothing else new. However, that was absolutely gorgeous. And yes, you can win here Harry Biker's BSA if you only pay some money into the charity. But hey, if you like charities, go for it. You can also buy some apparel. But as I said, that was it. So let's go to another stall. And that was Norton, which is of course owned by an Indian corporation. Surprise, surprise. And here they show absolutely nothing new, just some older bikes, maybe with a new finish. I don't know exactly what changed, but it looks to me like there is a bit of stagnation. Probably they had to sort out the problems first. Nevertheless, the bikes are still gorgeous, right? Yep, the Norton stand was absolutely gorgeous. What was I saying? Oh yeah, after that I spotted a Can-Am. As you can see, they made some really nice bikes long time ago, and they are trying to get back on the track. I don't think they will succeed. Don't know why though. Or maybe I know. Anyway, let's run away from that place. GoPro is way more interesting. And then, all of a sudden, there was Triumph. As you might already know, I love that cap. I'm generally speaking the fan of that design. Sort of. But never mind me, because there is plenty of people who enjoy that design. Usually though, they didn't finish 15 years of age. Fortunately though, the bigger Triumphs look much better. So is there anything new? Well, just a new paint schemes, and that's about it. So well, from the perspective of classic motorcycle enthusiast, that's not much really. But at least it says Elvis Presley on the cover. Oh, I would forget. In the department of the motorcycles I'm not interested in, yeah, there were some new bikes, and probably good ones. But I know nothing about it, so let's go to another stand. Oh well, alright, there was more than that. There were some adventure bikes, sport bikes, and few others. But anyway, let's go to another stand. The Husqvarna. Not interesting really, for now. But what is interesting here is the fact that I generally speaking dislike the adventure motorcycles. Except really few ones. Including that Husqvarna. It's pretty cool, but that's not the new one. I don't really know what new was on that stand. Maybe that Vitpillen? But hey, yet they ruined it with parallel twin engine, so it is like every single other bike in 2024. And that's KTM, and that's enough of it. Their bikes might be even good, but they are ugly. So no, I won't stand there for any longer. And here we've got some Chinese CF motor, or whatever is that. Plenty of people were interested in those bikes. They definitely look better than KTM's, but still, it's not for me. So let's go forward. And yes, Ducati. There needs to be something cool, eh? The new refreshed Scrambler. Is it any good? Well, I don't think it's worth making separate videos about those. I think they are... Well, I don't want to offend anyone, but they looked better. I mean, previous generations looked definitely better. It's not a bad looking motorcycle, but I actually much prefer the older ones. But still pretty cool, eh? And what we also got here, few different color variants, but I guess that the gold wheeled one was the best. What do you reckon? Let me know in the comments. So what else do we have here? Well, another adventure motorcycle, which looks rather good. I don't know exactly why, but for some reason I think that's pretty cool bike. Someone might say it's similar to KTM, the orange, red and black and white-ish, but no, it's not similar. It's just a good-looking motorcycle. Other than that, there was nothing new for me here, so I went to see the ugliest bike in the world. No, not that one. I mean, that one. Bloody hell, my eyes are bleeding. Seriously. Even in real life it looks better than on the pictures or video, but still. I don't know what's that. Toaster? What is it? I'm pretty sure it's functional and comfortable though, and you can take even more luggage with you. Just look at that. And there is this lovely gap. Fantastic, right? Let's get out of here. And no, the other BMWs were not much better, in my opinion, of course. You might of course disagree with me, but it doesn't really matter. But I think they are really comfortable. At least that's what the guy was saying. And well, after I ran away from BMW stand, I went to see some crazy horse stuff. Some clothing, some custom bikes of course, which I already seen, but hey, still cool. But that one, I don't know. It's a weird mix of new and old. But that one is extremely cool, if you ask me. Brilliant, and I mean brilliant Sportster. But comfort-wise, I guess it's in slightly different league than those BMWs. But hey, who cares? It's cool. And you don't need to be comfortable when you are cool. What else we had here? The car. I generally speaking dislike cars, and electric cars for sure, but that one is a pretty cool commuter. But why do I think that? Well, probably because I love the old BMW Z, and that Microlino is based on that. So, it's alright. And look, there was more of those. One thing is for sure though, that those cars are slightly different, and probably that's why I enjoy them a bit. But that Sportster in the featherbed frame was absolutely extraordinary. That Morgan was pretty cool as well. Brilliant it is. But after watching all that, I had to come back. And I had to come back near the BMW stand. And that's a bit risky. Especially that we had some electric scooters here. God, please no. Okay, now motorcycles again. And that one... R20 concept. It's weird and it's different and it makes no sense. It doesn't look good, but as it doesn't make sense, it's pretty cool. I don't know exactly why, but I love the bikes which don't make any sense. They makes a lot of sense. Does it make any sense? That one though, it doesn't make any sense, but it's ugly. It's just ugly. And of course you can disagree with me, but that's my channel. Anyway, look at that. That's even worse. The new R12 Custom. Does it have the word custom in the name? I think so. But I don't know why. It's ugly. And the cruisers from BMW are generally... not my cup of tea, to put it mildly. But that's attractive. No, not the bike. The only kinda attractive motorcycle by BMW in 2024 is that one. I still prefer the older R90, but this one is alright. And I seriously think that's the only good looking motorcycle in 2024 by BMW. But I know, they are good in jumps and all that stuff, right? But I kinda suspect that those riders could jump on wheelbarrow or anything. I sense a bit of skill here. Yeah, that's possible. Now we are on the Kawasaki stand. If I would be interested in sports bikes, maybe I would find this one interesting. But I'm not, and there was not much for me here. There was no Kawasaki W800 here. There was some new bike really well hidden. But look at that, another parallel twin engine. Boring. So, do we have anything else here? Well, nothing really new. But yeah, some bikes were definitely cool. But as I said, that's nothing new. Well, actually Kawasaki decided that they will try to make the uglier bike than BMW. So, tell me please, which one is worse? New BMW GSA or the Eliminator? To me, even that looks better. And then we had the company which is called the Dot. That's a really old company, which back in the day they had really cool bikes. Look, even girls liked those bikes. Really, really cool. But what about nowadays? Now they are really, really quirky. The front of the bike looks alright, but I don't know why there is such a big massive gap. It looks to me like a front of the bike is from the different bike and the rear is from another one. A bigger one. Weird. I don't get this design, but hey, I don't need to. But definitely someone has got some idea here. But anyway, as I said, not for me, but here we've got Royal Enfield. And probably they've got the bike which I'm really interested in. Can you guess which one is that? No, not the bear. Well, the bear is pretty cool, but I think that you can make better scrambler out of Royal Enfield, like for example that one. There is more to talk about it, so I will make the special video with just Royal Enfield. But never mind the bear, because there is this. The all-new Classic 650. When I first saw it, I thought the rear fender is bloody massive and the rear wheel is really small. But what do I think after seeing that in person? Well, you will learn in the new video, because there is a lot to talk about. Yep, that's about it on the Royal Enfield stand. There were a few more bikes, but nothing more new. Well, of course we had some new paint schemes and all that, but hey, let's leave it for the next video, shall we? But what else you could spot on the motorcycle show is plenty of other YouTubers. Well, they are everywhere, bloody bastards. But now seriously, it was nice to meet you guys, but now look at that. That's quirky for sure. It's still Royal Enfield, and that one is questionable. But anyway, look at that. That's gorgeous. I absolutely love that one. But well, never mind that, because there was that. And I don't mean Watsonian. I mean BMW Urban GS with a sidecar. Lovely, right? Well, at least I like it, but I'm weird. But you probably already know that. And there were a few other sidecars, some interesting. That set is pretty cool if you ask me. And that interceptor is pretty cool as well. But what was going on here? Bloody hell, he probably died there. That one as well. I think they are falling into abyss somewhere there, and they are just dying there. See? Another one. And yet another one. Another 4 bites the dust. But jokes aside, they got some skills here. But what else was on the show? Plenty of clothes, boots, helmets and whatnot. And yes, there was CCM. Somehow, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan. On one hand, it's kinda cool, but on the other, not my cup of tea again. But that's definitely not my cup of tea. That is the definition of ugliness in my opinion. Well, I don't mean the bike itself, but I mean that fridge in the middle. What is that? It needs some kind of fairing. Anyway, I generally dislike electric motorcycles, but if I would really need to have one, I would get something like that. Just simple utilitarian stuff. Okay, forward. So what was on Honda's stall? Initially, not much for me really, but then... Yeah, that one's cool as well. But I mean, that. I really love it. I don't know why. It's pretty cool. And the Dax is pretty cool as well. However, I prefer the Monkey. And then, of course, Honda decided to join the competition with creating the ugliest bike ever. But that one is kinda a Marmite. You might dislike it, but there is something interesting in it. But not much interesting in that. That's seriously ugly bike in my opinion. I mean, that trellis frame, it just doesn't fit that style of bike. Makes no sense to me. But hey ho. Luckily, Honda also have got this one. The Highness GB350. Really cool small bike with a long strong engine. I love this type of bikes. I will make separate video about that. So for now, let's leave Honda and let's look elsewhere. Well, maybe not there. Suzuki. Was there anything interesting on Suzuki's stand? Well, the new DRZ 400. Is it 400? I'm not even sure about it. But hey, supposedly it's cool. But I don't like this kind of bikes, so let's go to Yamaha. And here, there was also nothing for me. Well, the Tenere is not a bad bike, if I would like this sort of bikes. It's not a bad looking bike for an adventure, but again, nothing for me here. Even those trailers are more interesting. Especially that one. And no, it's not bloody Cossack. There is no bike which is called Cossack. It's just UK importer called it. The bike is called K750. That's it. It's made by KMZ in Kiev. It's Ukrainian bike. Simple as that. K750. Nevertheless, it's lovely. I mean, it looks good, but technically speaking, it's a piece of rubbish. But then, what do we have here? Plenty of weird bikes. So we've got some Chinese motorcycles. And you know what? I think they are really doing the job right now. They are the only manufacturers right now which don't afraid to experiment, to create something different, something new. All the other manufacturers, they all over again produce the same motorcycles with different paint schemes and all that. Here, the Chinese? Look at that! Oh, another bloody YouTubers. I'm just kidding, it was nice to meet you guys. But back to the topic. The Chinese motorcycles. Aren't they cool? Even if not there yet with the capacity and other stuff. I think they will be in 2 years, they will just win the race. And I mean it. Just look at that. Those bikes are seriously interesting. Even if not exactly for me, they are trying. They are doing something the European manufacturers were doing in the beginning of 20th century. Experimenting. Trying to create something different. Like for example that bike. Just made of straight lines. Quirky, weird, I don't like it, but still something new. And look at that. 4-cylinder bike with the fattest tire ever. I mean from the factory. Aren't they crazy? Well, I wouldn't say it's a good looking motorcycle, but at least they are only manufacturers who are doing something differently. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they will win the race. One day. Maybe just not today and not with that bike. Even it looks pretty cool. And no, I don't mean 125 either. There is just a variety of different styles, different sort of forms, plenty of experiments, and it's all made in China. And now, something which surprised me. Scooters called Royal Alloy. Supposedly British company, but I kinda suspect that they are made in China as well. But China or not, they look really cool. I mean, it's just a retro. However, pretty cool one and different again. But what's more important, it's really cheap. 3K for such a good looking. I love it. If I would be a scooter rider, I think I would buy it. Well, the details could be slightly better. However, it's still brilliant. But wait for that. And look at that. Brand new factory sidecar. I absolutely adore it. 7.5K. I like it. I really do. I just don't like that speedo though. It's not so cool anymore. But hey, you can't have it all. But let's go back to the Chinese manufacturers and just look at that. They've got absolutely every kind of bike for everyone. And if not, they will have it in 3 years. I can almost bet on that. I'm also pretty sure about another thing, that Harley Davidson will have some problems with them. If not already. Somehow I couldn't see anything new there. New paint schemes, new variation of the bikes, but nothing really new, nothing impressive. Of course the older bikes are gorgeous and they are still fantastic. However, I don't think they've got anything to offer to the new customers. On the other hand, I've seen a few young people there, so maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. You tell me. But anyway guys, Harley Davidson was the last stand I visited and I don't think I could see much more there. There was no Moto Guzzi. Most of the manufacturers didn't show anything spectacular this year. However, there were a few good interesting bikes. But as I said before, I will make special episodes with those bikes like Honda Highness, Royal Enfield Classic 650, Royal Enfield The Bear and BSA B65. But Harleys? Yeah, they are absolutely awesome, but I already got one. And those new ones, they are almost the same. And I think that's the problem for Harley. They struggle to find a way to find a new clientele, but also to push the old bikers to buy new motorcycles. And seriously, why would you if you've got such a gorgeous old bikes like those? And my friends, that will be it for today. I hope you enjoyed, but if you didn't, remember, I did it just for laughs. I love all the bikes, and I'm serious. Well, maybe except the new GSA. That one, not quite. Thanks for watching guys, and see you in the next video. Cheers!
Riding through the storm, can't see within. Raindrops fall.